Wrap me in a bolt of lightning, send me on my way still smiling. Maybe that's the way I should go, straight into the mouth of the unknown. I left the spare key on the table, I never really thought I'd be able to say I merely visit on the weekends. I lost my whole life and a dear friend. I've said it so many times.
Matt, how are you going to handle this week with your schedule and days off and working and all that stuff? How are you going to do that?
Yeah, so we had the guys in today and, obviously reviewed the film and had them go through a workout. And then they'll be off the next 2 days, and then we'll be in on Thursday and Friday.
Will you do more of a self-scout this week and wait till you know who you play, or maybe look at little bits of 3 potential teams you could play?
Yeah, I think we'll do both of those. We'll definitely self-scout and break down all 3 potential opponents and try to get a little bit of a jump on them.
Matt, what was your thought on the end of that 49ers-Seahawks game last night?
Oh, man, it was a game of inches, right? And no, it is what it is, and obviously mixed emotions when you have your brother coaching on the Niners, but ultimately I want what's best for our football team, and there's nothing that's going to get in the way of that.
Any contact with him or Robert or Kyle today, talking about the game at all or not? Or is it, like you said, when you played him, no contact until?
No, yeah, no, I've talked to him, so he was pretty fired up.
And did you, I wasn't sure, did you say you're going to practice on Thursday and Friday, or just have them in on Thursday and Friday?
No, we'll have a practice on Thursday and Friday. It's going to be quick. It's not going to be, too long, but I just think it's important that we get some work in this week, and then we'll have another bonus day on Monday as well.
I think yesterday was the first time all year you guys were without 2 starting linemen at the same time. How do you think Jared and Lucas filled in?
I thought they did an outstanding job. That was big time for those guys. I mean, they're true pros, and they stepped in. I didn't think we missed a beat. I thought they did an outstanding job, and was really happy with those guys. I thought, Billy Turner was battling through an ankle issue in that game, and shoot, when you're already down your 2 subs on the offensive line, and for him to stay in there and be available when he wasn't 100%, I thought it was big time.
As an offensive coach, for a defense to be able to keep teams under 20 points for an entire season, what kind of accomplishment is that in this NFL right now, and why is it so impressive?
Yeah, that's quite a feat. I thought our defense has done a great job. Specifically, these last 5 weeks, I thought they've done a really great job, and throughout the entire season, especially in the red zone, we've been really, really tough down there, and just really, really happy for our guys. I still think there's stuff to improve upon, like there is every week. You look at this last game, we gave up too many explosive plays, specifically in that first half. But I thought the second half, I thought our guys were smothering. I think we gave up 4 total first downs in the second half and like 65 yards. So, we just, as a team, I thought we just came out flat. We were kind of sleepwalking through that first half.
Why do you think that is?
That's a great question. If I knew the answer, it wouldn't have happened. That's something that we knew. You stress it and you stress it and you stress it all week, how important it is to get off to a fast start. And I don't know, we were just, as a matter of fact, a couple of us were just talking about it. Like you can talk about it all the time, and sometimes it still happens. And you just look around the league, and it happens other places as well.
Do you feel like you guys you need one of those plays to kind of, like, if Jimmy catches that first play, maybe you don't look as flat? Like, sometimes doesn't execution play into it? Maybe you start to look more flat if you don't get a play early to kind of get you going? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there is a lot to that. We wanted to come out aggressively, and we stayed pretty aggressive throughout the course of the game. And unfortunately, like, talking from an offensive perspective, we were just a hair off on a lot of plays. And you make You make a couple of those plays, you don't have some of those drops, and it kind of gets you going. And we never really got into a rhythm.
Now this is,
Do you have much concern over the way Aaron has been throwing the ball lately? I mean, he's still being very effective for you, but they're not numbers in terms of completion percentage and passer rating that we've been used to seeing around here for a long time. Is there anything you can put your finger on? Is it concerning at all for you?
No, I think it's just, we've just been off on a lot of plays, whether it's, a guy dropping a ball or maybe the ball is just a tad off. But he can't do it himself. He's got to have the play around him has got to be better. And the guys that have opportunities, they got to make plays.
no, this is more, maybe more Goody's area, but do you guys expect to fill that 53rd spot soon?
Yeah, I would anticipate something soon.
Matt, getting back to the defense for a second, you mentioned the last 5 weeks. What do you like most about the way the defense has played these last 5 games?
Well, there's been a lot of, it's been more consistent. I feel like we haven't given up as many big plays, although we had too many in this last game, specifically again in that first half. But I just feel like we've been more consistent. I thought our communication has been much better on the field. We haven't had as many mental mistakes. So, hopefully we can keep that trend going the right way moving forward.
So, Matt, you've used the football cliche of you're either getting better or you're getting worse yourself. Your defense looks like it's getting better. Do you feel like, even if the production hasn't been what you want, that your offense is getting better, or do you need it to kind of maybe flip a switch a little bit and get going in the right direction now that you've got this extra week?
Yeah, I just, it's just been too inconsistent, I would say. There's flashes where we look really good, and there's flashes where it's a grind to get a first down. So I really think when you look at the total body of work, the biggest thing that's held us back for the majority of the season is the third downs. We just haven't been good enough.
Did you feel like you got out of where you wanted to be after they kicked the field goal to make it 20-13, and you guys went pass there, or did you feel good about that series of calls?
You mean when we went 3 and out and 3 straight incompletions?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, that does not feel good when that happens. No, I mean, in hindsight, you go back, you're like, well, why did we do that? And we took a shot to Devontae on the, down the pipe. We had him running on a Mike linebacker, and, we were just a little off there. And then on second down, there was definitely just a miscommunication between Aaron and Marquez on a deep, we call it a special route, in terms of Aaron wanted him to keep it high and Marquez flattened the route, and we would have had a one-on-one opportunity on the Will linebacker down the field, and it didn't work out, and then it was a quick 3 and out.
What kind of a luxury is it to have Jared now as your swing tackle with all that experience he has and the way he was able to come in and play for you yesterday?
Oh, it was huge. You're talking about a guy that's started, I don't even know how many, 130 some odd game or 130 plus starts. That is, you can't put a price tag on that. That is invaluable to him, for him to be able to, it's not like he's been here a long time either. It just shows you his learning curve and how fast he can put it together, and it's a credit to everybody in that room for helping him out. It's a credit to, Adam Sinovich and Luke Buckus, our line coaches, and it's a credit to him. He's a pro, and we knew it right away. It didn't take long to figure it out.
So Matt, when you hit the 95-yard drive, you hit probably, a half dozen passes, 5, 7, 8, I think then maybe an 18-yarder or a 12-yarder or something like that. What happened after that in terms of how you got played, or did you guys change in terms of feeling like you had worked them short and were going long after that, try to get something deep after that?
Yeah, it's just, any time we call a play, unless it's like a quick game, but there usually is some sort of vertical threat to the play. And it doesn't matter if you call a play that is, whether it's 4 verticals or there's usually a, check down element to that play. It's just, how does the coverage play out? And when the coverage plays out that tells you to throw the ball down the field, I mean, you got to play the play how it's meant to be played, and that's kind of what happened, and we didn't connect.
How important do you think Jamal being healthy and being able to go back to his physical style will help you now in these conditions that you're likely to see when you guys start playing? How valuable is he to what you guys?
He's so valuable. He's done a great job all season long, and not only in the run game, but just as a physical presence, in pass protection as well. And he's caught a number of passes out of the backfield. He's had multiple touchdowns, on screens or whatever it may be, and just got a lot of trust in him.
Does your past coaching history, inform your schedule making for this week with the practices later, or is that more a mix of what you've seen from your team this year, how you handled the last bye, maybe some of these other games where you lightened it up a little bit? Is a combination of things, or has this worked for you in the past?
No, yeah, it's certainly a combination of things. You always want to draw from your past. The only time I've ever been on a team that's had a bye was when I was in Atlanta, and what we did there was we brought him in Monday, Tuesday was off, then we went Wednesday, Thursday, and then gave him the weekend off, brought him back in on Monday. And just the way it played out here with New Year's and everything, I just thought it might be better. And how many plays we played in this last game, and how we came out health-wise. I just don't think our guys are going to be ready to practice on Wednesday. And you know how we've tapered off throughout the season on Wednesdays anyways, in terms of it's been a more of a mental type day. I wanted to get some work in for our guys. I think that's the most important. There's a lot of stuff that we can clean up on the field, and you want these guys to feel good when they go out there to get the most out of it. So I just think it's better for us right now to give the 2 days off, let them recover, and then come back Thursday and get some good work in on the field, although it's going to be short and sweet, and do the same thing on Friday, then give them 2 more days, and then we'll bring them back Monday.
How important is it that you've got scouting reports on, 3 of the teams that you're going to play, or you may play, or that are at least in the tournament? Can you lean on those a little bit as you're preparing for the future?
Yeah, absolutely, but so can they. So it's kind of a wash, and but it is nice. There is some familiarity there, especially for our players, having played 3 of those teams before.
With the practices you do this week, you're just working on yourselves more so than anything?
That's exactly right, and I haven't. I just want to see how we are health-wise before we kind of really lay out the specific details of the practice. But there'll be a lot of I want to make sure our guys are moving, staying involved, keeping their mind on what we're trying to get accomplished in our systems, and just get some good work in later in the week.
Matt, Tremont was telling me, I don't know if it was in the team meeting or in the defensive meeting today, but he said you guys highlighted Jair taking the receiver out on the 30-yard pass interference penalty. Normally that's obviously not a positive play, but given what it could have been, how smart of a play was that by your corner there?
Yeah, I think it was a smart play because it could have been a touchdown. And, it's not like we want that to happen, but if you get yourself in a bad position, then you got to do whatever you have to do to stop the touchdown.